it. I I hope you are excited as well. And yeah, I hope to bring my energy in and yeah, we gonna get this thing rolling. So for the open mic, I'm just gonna go through the list as it is. Um, you may have to put it back in there, but I know the first three that I saw, because when it popped me out, it erased it. I had Suave, then I had Miss Lady, and then I had Miss Teresa. So those are the three that I saw. If I missed anybody, please put it in the chat. Just drop me a purple heart. That way I can see it above all the other hearts that y'all will be giving Miss Stacy and everyone else. So we're gonna go ahead and get this going. Just so y'all know, we don't do any erotic up in here. So whatever you bring, just bring your heart, bring your passion, but leave the erotica in the bedroom. All right, all right. So Suave with the three E's. Hey sis,
What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
what's
Allow me
fine?
to allow me to introduce myself. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Suave with the three E's, and don't forget my three E's. Cause what?
They are important.
That's right. And the poem I am going to do for you guys today is called "Riot Ensued." This is a piece of me for those of you seen as undesirable, ill equipped, or even unfit. Open your eyes and oh, taste and see a miracle. The impossible is about to be seen. New peaks are about to be reached for the African Americans, the LGBTQIA, the trailer trash that are heavily packed away, the mentally decayed, told they're tripping. Those flown in coach as if their destination was picked to be low class. Pack your bags, stay, and just relax. We weren't meant to be last because a boldness and truth has arrived on the right doorstep, you see. The Most High God blesses in order from who comes last, as if I were coming from Christmas past. Presently, as I stand here, stronger than I appear, making one thing clear, clearer than seeing, not being seen, swinging from the chandelier. And as crazy as I may seem, I see things. And it's time for a retreat to take seats on the thrones we once believed in, twice deceived in. Eve gave us something to believe in. Will. As I sit in disbelief, I get a sense of relief from this release. Really, reality has brought your fears here to me. Fears you've been praying to get rid of, occasionally overwhelmed, under wraps, living without a clue. What are you religiously accustomed to? Savages, once known as cannibals, film touches that tug at the heartstrings at a box office price of selling your soul for the cost of going old in the very eyes that raised you to be defenseless to the powers that be. That is until you met me. And that's just what a trick needs, someone to follow when we were all destined to lead. To lead in specific wills, you see. My poetry be incredible, ink so credible, place himself, pain, passion, and pleasure in every line. True intimacy got them intimidated. Plenty men, plenty men just settle for 50-50 power, money, and respect. In fact, I used to. Industrialization, institution causing pollution to push the conversation down by the riverside, pressed to leave quietly, being forced to stand in the same spot like sanity doesn't make any sense. Passing prank promotions as progression, man-made production that pushes many to hypocrisy. Honestly, walking into their own demise, kamikaze suicide for the mere price and lower than an item cost of food. Fools playing their roles with thoughts of silver and gold mounted to the same space when time says we need to rush more. With thoughts of succession, look up to me. We can climb topics of demonstrate discrimination, condemnation, like demonstration for the undesirables who could no longer run this race. Paralyzed by the crippling voice of we the people. But remember, change may seem little, but a small cry is the only thing that can reverse despair. So do me this one solid, because your voice matters, and speak up. Tell your story. We start to free things when we begin to give God his glory. Poem.
Didn't come off mic right. Yes, 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 yes. Ooh, I love that piece. I love that piece. It's a testimony and it is true of a vessel of you and where you are now. Y'all show some love. Y'all can come off mic. We ain't gotta be quiet up in here. We fam, but definitely show some love to Suave. Phenomenal piece.
I loved every single bit of that. I would love to hear it like 9 more times during the week just to keep me going.
Truly an inspiration. Truly an inspiration. And I know your journey. So yeah. All right, all right.
Thank y'all for
Anybody else
listening.
have any? Well, welcome. Thank you for coming through and sharing that with us. For real. All right. So got up next. The one, the only, the one who drops some mics. Miss Lady.
Hi. We are
Hi.
we are not on mic today. So, hello everyone. I
How are
am
you?
EDJ. Hi y'all.
Yes. So, for those that don't know, EDJ is a phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal 14-year-old who is amazing with spoken word. So, we get to hear her today, and I love it.
So glad to be here. We did a collab a while back, and I think this is actually for one of your features, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So, it's called True Colors.
Ooh, I haven't heard this in a minute. So, yes, you have the floor. Let's go.
I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. And that's why I love you. You're different in every way. Right with the eraser and seek sun in the shade, a ball of chaotic energy, a little genius penning in creative frenzy. I look at you and see pieces of me. Remember, wabi sabi, there's beauty in the imperfections we see. Rika sori kansugi.
You're complicated. You love to win, yet you won't try to do the hard work that's in it. It seems too hard, yet it'll be better to follow your heart and just deal with it. You think you're broken, but there's a crack in everything, and that's how the light gets in, according to Leonard Cohen. Keep on moving even when the stop signs are put up. And depression sets in, and when you don't see the point, find a prayer to use, then sharpen, create your own.
I see your true colors shining through.
I see your true colors,
and that's why I love you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, y'all show some love. Show some love. I needed more of that. I needed so much more of that. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal mother and daughter who have, by the way, both been nominated for the Black Ice National Spoken Word Awards. EDJ is nominated for Youth Poet of the Year, and her mom, Miss Lady, has been nominated for Overcomer of the Year. So if y'all vote, please drop some votes for them on that because definitely deserving. Definitely. Y'all can show some love. All right. Next up, we have the amazing, the one, the only Miss Teresa Gallion. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Always
Listen,
good to always
yeah,
good to see you and hear you.
I always have to come and support my girl. But it's so nice to see everybody else too. Um,
Yes, indeed. You have the
I'm
floor.
gonna, I'm gonna read this piece from Come Egypt called "The
Okay.
River Still Flows." Just because I love reading this piece, it had such an impact on me. My walking meditation draws me to the spirit of the real grind, soothing in the morning light. I feel regal after the benediction of an Egyptian massage. No words to adequately describe the ancient energy of temples and tombs, unearthed in all their glory. Tease my many lifetimes sit beside the river. I am remarkably blessed here, basking the wave of Mexico love light surrounding. I gaze the elders of delightful kind as it sings in green lyrics all round the river. I shout my gratitude over and over again, and that not sufficient to express my joy. To be home in my beloved Mexico, reflecting on my journey.
Miss
I
Teresa,
touch the
I don't mean to to bother you and stop you, but you're glitchy and it's breaking up for me real bad. I don't know if it's for anybody else, but I want to make sure we hear you
oh,
clearly.
okay.
It's
I'm not
glitchy.
sure.
It's been glitchy from the beginning since you
Yes,
Okay.
started.
I'm not
Okay.
sure
I
what
thought
to
it
do
was
about
me at
that.
first. You
No.
Um,
might have to pop out and pop back in, but I want to make sure we hear all your words. So that's the only reason I stopped you.
okay, that's okay. I'm not sure what to do about it. I'm
Yeah,
low tech.
it's
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Listen,
Can you hear me now?
it's still glitchy. Pop out and come back in, and let's see if that works.
Okay, okay.
Because I know sometimes that'll work. And hey, Devlin, how you doing, love? And I seen Poppy pop in. What's up, fam? I got all my family with me. Hey, I love it. I love it. All right, we're gonna give her a moment to pop back in. Welcome in, welcome in. If you would like to join the open mic, just drop me some purple hearts in the chat. I got you. I'm gonna probably take one more after Miss Teresa, and then we're gonna get to our feature, and then we'll come back to our open mic. We won't be here for a long time, but we're gonna be here for a magnificent time. All right, we'll give her a moment. And we have a phenomenal feature tonight. Miss Stacy Dyson, who is definitely a pillar in these poet streets. Also the founder of the Tesoro women that you see, including myself, and a lot of other talented, beautiful young ladies, old, new, young. We're everywhere. We be everywhere, and it's growing. It's growing. All right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll come back to her. If anybody wants to be on the open mic right now, just let me know. And then when she comes back in, we'll grab her. And hey, Miss Jane, I didn't see you right there. Welcome in, Miss Jane, spoken word. If y'all haven't connected with her, y'all need to. Y'all definitely need to. She holds an amazing open mic on Zoom as well. Oh, there she is. There you go, Miss Teresa. Say something for me, love.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you now.
Well, I have to say I've been having some problems with my system here the last couple of days. I'm gonna have to call out for help. So if you want, I'll try again. And if it acts up, I think I'll need to pass because it's probably acting up again. And I don't know how to
Okay.
fix it. Okay. But you want
Okay.
me to start again? You can hear me right now.
We can hear you now. It's not as bad as it was, but yes, we can hear
Okay.
you
I,
now.
I think there's some issues going on that
Okay.
I don't know how to fix. Okay.
All right.
I'll try again. And then if it skips really bad, just interrupt me. I don't mind. And then
Okay.
I'll pass. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
The river still flows. My walking meditation draws me to the spirit of the Rio Grande, soothing in the morning light. I feel regal after the benediction of an Egyptian massage. No words to adequately describe the ancient whole energy of temple ruins and tombs, unearthed in all their glory, tease my many lifetimes sitting here beside the river. I am remarkably blessed here in the Bosque with a wave of New Mexico love light surrounding me. I gaze the elegance of delightful cotton as it sings in green lyrics all round the river and me. I could shout my gratitude over and over again, and that would not be sufficient to express my joy to be home in my beloved New Mexico, reflecting on my journey. I touch the Rio Grande, step out of my body into the Nile. I feel the weight of 4,000 years speak to me in tongues I can understand when it tells me I am still here. Mankind may pollute and abuse me, cause a temporary flu, but cannot destroy me. I will be here when all the pathetic souls of earth leave the planet, for I am eternal. I am the key of life. I am the fluid of life. I am the goddess of energy. I will survive another 4,000 years. I will still be here. My soul feels the cold vigor of those years, making me tremble in the magnitude of those words. It is the power of earth to tell a story in generational waves as we repeat the cycles of life, death, and the river still flows. Coming back to my body, I sit by the Rio Grande, run my fingers across the water, feel the connection between the Nile River and the Rio Grande, the essence of a river's flow. Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful piece. Beautiful. If y'all haven't gotten her book, she has an amazing book that's out. Tap in with her to get that book. And if anybody wants to drop any love, as they say in Clubhouse Flowers, y'all are more than welcome to do that. I see Miss Kim is in the building. Hey, Miss Kim. I keep forgetting about this camera, y'all. I am not used to this on Zoom. I'm gonna get used to this. Oh, and I don't mind y'all reminding me because I be off camera all the time, so I'm so used to being off camera. But beautiful piece. Welcome, Miss Kim. And if we have one more that would like to be on the open mic, we can definitely take one more, and then we're gonna get into our feature. So if anybody wants to join, y'all better let me know now. Going
I can
once.
squeeze in because
Okay, let's go.
okay, hang on.
Because I know you have to slip out later. So
Yeah,
yes,
that's okay, but let me now that I've said that.
it is okay. It is
Okay.
okay.
All right. Okay, you gotta follow me on this one. It's about traditions stolen, superstitions, and all of that. Ricin salt. A gnarled reddish brown hand tosses salt over its old woman's shoulder, fresh garlic already pushed in the bosom. Its grown daughter's fingers learn to ease rice into the creaky corners of their front house floorboards on Old Year's night. That daughter's child is born with eager, soft hands, cupped, waiting their turn, salt to blind the devil's way, rice to prosper. Generations keep on, scattering salvation salt, ringing in good years with reverend rituals. Then, foreign friend hands want to be let in, which leads to talking with mouths, to silencing of the grace of hands, which leads to grumble from visiting throats and tongues. They say, why are the evils stinging our eyes? Why has our rice brought roaches and rats? Why is our prosperous good luck gone? Those are the voices of the colonial powers. Future generations of hands gesture and exclaim. Chortles of disbelief spread across the land. Laughter can still be heard today. Our hands never taught you to right shoulder the salt, nor banish woman from salting the food during bleeds. Some others' hands trained you to rinse eyes in rice water, to clairvoyant the duppies, those are ghosts, or confuse the duppy umbrellas. You lost? Or palms never put water to boil. We never tell you to cook the rice, or did we? Poem. Thanks for hearing me.
Wow. Now that is storytelling right there. That is storytelling. I absolutely love that imagery that you put into that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, y'all show Miss Linda some love. Show her some love. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Well, we have come to that time where we're going to jump into our feature, the beautiful, the amazing, the oh so talented and dynamic Miss Stacy Dyson, somebody who I have grown to just love and respect for what she not only does, but who she is. So how are you, Miss Stacy? You got to come off mute though.
It's gonna be that kind of day. Okay, I'm fine, honey. How are you?
I am wonderful. I have been looking forward to this. I really have. You just don't know. I have really been looking forward to this day. I had set it aside. Look, my friend Miss Lady will tell you I was gonna be here a whole almost hour early because I was like, nope, I gotta be there at this time. She's like, no, ain't Kay, it's not till this time. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure? So I was gonna be super early. So yeah, I've been excited. So excited to sit down with you and just conversate with you and learn more about you. Like I hear your poetry and I know what you do as far as the sorrow ladies. Um, but getting to know you is what we want to do. So for those that are new here, because there are a few here that aren't familiar with Miss Stacy. Miss Stacy, tell them who you are and what you do.
I am a Black female woman poet who causes as much trouble as she can in the universe. That's who I am, and that's what I do. But that's the short answer. The long answer is I've been a poet since I was 5. I've been a performer since I was 19. I'm about to be in a few months 66.
Nice.
See, I'm a playwright, published author. Tesoro is my latest, and I'm not going to say last because it never works out that way, but my latest arts consortium. And we are international. We have members in Canada, Colombia, Mexico, England, Australia, South Africa, Portugal, and all over the United States. different ages, different abilities,
Mhm.
but they are all fire singers. And for the most part, that's what I do. I'm working on my third, what my nephews call a real book, my
Mm.
third real book of poetry. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, it will be finished by Thanksgiving.
Okay. Okay. And so it's a question I like to ask. If God's ink filled your pen, what would it be saying?
Give me that one more time. I think I
If God's ink filled your pen, what would it be writing about? What would it be saying?
well, it does. It has since I was 5. So that's what it would be saying, what I've been saying.
Mm.
It changes with what I need to talk about or
Mhm.
what the world is asking me to talk about. And sometimes that's politics, and sometimes that's love, and
Mhm.
sometimes that's philosophy. It depends, but I never walk into creating a piece where I'm not absolutely sure that the Lord and I are in communication.
Good. That is definitely good to know. What has been the most difficult topic for you to write about?
They're all difficult
Mm.
because I'm always wanting to get it right. So they're
Mhm.
all difficult. I think probably um, there have been a few, but the one that keeps hitting over and over and over again is 2 poems that I wrote for Breonna Taylor.
Mhm.
Um, those were
Okay.
those were exceedingly difficult to write, still very, very difficult for me to get through.
Mhm.
Um, Mostly because I'm angry that it's still relevant and it shouldn't be.
Right.
Um, I was going through some old work that I had done for the first book, which I wrote during the pandemic, and I am past appalled that nothing has changed. It's just gotten worse. Now, there are
Unfortunately.
things that I will not write about at all,
Okay.
but just about, as they say, the poems for Breonna Taylor, when my heart is broken and I'm feeling melancholy about it, those are
Mhm.
difficult. When I'm just pissed off about it, then it's easy.
Mm. I understand that. Because I know whenever I am angry, it's easy for me to write something down, and get it out. Because if I wait, it's not gonna come out. So I definitely understand that one. That's that fire behind your pen. I'm gonna ask one more, and then we'll get into your set. Um, what are 5, at least 5, of your most memorable moments in your poetic journey from then till now?
Oh
And I
gosh.
know that's a broad spectrum, but what are your
Yeah.
top 5?
I can't give you, how shall I say, because I'm one of those every show is the show sort of
Okay.
people. It would be hard for me to tell you the top 5. I can give
Okay.
you some that kind of, ring around in my mind.
Okay.
Um, let's see. One that comes to mind is I was doing, if especially if you are a teacher or have ever been a teacher, you will understand this. I was doing a seminar. It was during a teacher's lunch hour. There was something like 175, 200 teachers in the room. They actually
Mm.
stopped eating to listen to me. If you are a teacher or know anything about teachers and to know that they stopped lunch to hear me, then yeah,
That's a moment. That's a big
that's a
moment.
moment. Um, let's see. When my very first album dropped, my first CD dropped. The
Mhm.
show that I did was my father's birthday present. He hadn't seen me in full performance as the poet I was for about, at that point, probably, well, actually, he had never seen me, come to think about it. He'd seen and heard bits and pieces, but he had never heard me hold the stage for an hour.
Okay.
And so they said the show was his birthday present. And so that was,
Wow.
yeah, that was a huge deal. Um, Getting to see one of my very first apprentices get on
Mm,
stage and kind of like tear the sky apart. That was fantastic. I always
nice.
get a thrill out of seeing apprentices and students get up there and just do what I always knew they had the potential to do and to be. Let's see. Um, the first the first book, real book, taking that, that was Lovely and Suffering. And like I said, that's the one I wrote during the pandemic, and taking that out of the box just cracked cracked me up in a whole bunch of different ways, but they were all good. I couldn't stop laughing. I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop going, that kind of
Mhm.
thing. So that was fantastic. I never get, um, I never get over that sort of thing.
Mm,
And I think being able to see, oh, okay. I had been teaching a seminar at 6 different high schools,
mhm,
and we brought them all together so that the student poets could do their thing. And I got up at the very end to do one poem, and the place just blew up. I mean, lights were flashing, people were yelling, standing. It was great before I even opened my mouth.
mhm.
So that was fantastic. As I say, that's not so much that that's the top five, but certainly five of.
Right. That's nice, especially the moment about your dad. Um, I think that definitely would hold a special place if that was me. Um, so yeah, for him to see you and then your first book, seeing that, I can just imagine. Because that's your baby. That's you worked hard to put that first book out. You put so much sweat and tears in that first book, making sure it's perfect. So I can definitely see that as well. Those are some great moments. Those are some great moments. All right, we're gonna let you go ahead and get started on your set. Um, can't wait to hear what you're gonna bring. And yeah, let's go. The floor is yours.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. So, for those of you who have met me or seen me or have heard me read before, you know that I don't indulge in titles because there are other things in life for me to do. So, I'm just going to go from poem to poem. Y'all hold on to your hearts, hold on to your hats, and keep up. I keep hearing we should have that conversation. We need to have that conversation. We should open that conversation. I don't remember y'all wanting to chit chat when Emmett Till was murdered by a white woman who later recanted it was decades too late. The damage had already been done, and her apology fell on not only deaf but unbelieving ears. Where was all this need to hold salon when dogs, fire hoses, and Jim Crow ran free in the streets? Y'all talked about us, but you never talked with us. You made decisions based on what you would have done and how you felt, the usual father, master, your betters know best approach. Where was all this rush and haste for dialogue when the First Nations were murdered, displaced, and slandered to make stealing their birthright seem like God's will? The trail of tears should be a scream in every history book, not some careless, barely noted whisper. Where was all this need for wordplay when Japanese Americans lost lifetime dreams and their children because paying taxes and dying in loyalty to this place was not enough to be thought citizens of this place? Where was all this need for conversation when we were begging, striking, marching, bleeding to be included in the conversation? I don't think y'all get it. We have been excluded from talking for so long that now, just because you feel it's time to open a dialogue, you get mad when we don't want to talk to you. When we wanted your attention, we couldn't get it. When we are literally dying to talk about this, you don't have need to stage manage the time when we want to explore possibilities. You either tell us to be happy with what we have or what you would do in our place. You will never, never be in our place. And to back up, shut up, sit down. But once it affects you, you want to converse. You want to narrative. You want to have coffee and discuss, discuss, discuss. Let me, Lord, let me calm down. Maybe not. Let me make something burningly clear. Do you understand that white solutions to Black and brown problems will get us killed? Shut your mouth. Let me say that again. White solutions to Black and brown problems will get us killed. Turn off your opinions, open your ears, get used to the idea that we have thoughts and minds and solutions of our own, a way we are forced to navigate through the world that has to be acknowledged. Why don't y'all just talk amongst yourselves while we get some work done? Talk amongst yourselves. Try solving problems you created. Stop preaching and pacifying. We're not children and church is over. Do you live here? No? Here's the protocol. If you are coming to our house to learn, welcome. Take a chair, pour a beverage, mind your manners. If you're coming to instruct, insist, demand the way too many of y'all do, if you are coming to make decisions for people with a voice and a will of their own, stay home. Lest we beat you to death with the table you think you're entitled to sit down at. Sometimes, honey, sometimes it just needs a sister. Someone whose DNA is drenched in your personal history, who doesn't necessarily love what you love, but understands the reasons for your affection. Someone whose hand can hold and be held from a light years away, because sometimes life goes out of its way to try and break you. Whether with dreams or memories or the cacophony of coulda, shoulda, maybe I would have if I had been more capable, more brave, less deviled by the demons in my pocket. The bad tears feast on those times. Yes, years, days, hours apart, it doesn't matter. It never matters. Because, honey, those tears lie in wait. Oh, the traps are clever. It might be a word or look, one lyric, one seemingly innocent inconvenience or life note meandering by, looking harmless. A thing that brought you joy or sorrowed you could at least have the decency to be ignored till it was convenient for you to deal with it. Then snap, the trap springs, and your whole body becomes the playfield for those tears, for that pain, and teardrops become rivers, and rivers become something to drown in. It's a hard way to go down, honey. That's when you need a sister who understands your mind, carries your heartbeat into her existence, who will set fire to her clock, talk smoke to her calendar, tell her lover to go play because grown folk are talking, who will set temporary fire to other obligations if need be, just to make sure you're warm. She is what keeps you in check, on game, clothed in the best version of your possibilities. However, she cannot be perfect. She will not be fragile. She is required to have tempers and bad days, times where she drop kicks her crown, crushes it in the dirt, then watches it roll into the closest gutter. She is required to know that you carry her heartbeat into your existence. She will find it necessary to be on the most intimate terms with every kind all kinds of prying, and every joyful possibility existing in the same body. In her body, she will have no doubt that fires are set from the light of the way you love her. Will understand that nothing more than or less will do. This is God's gift for daring to be a woman in this world and living in the best way to tell your tale. She will come unbidden and always just in time to save your life. Over and still and again, this is the Lord saying, no, I did not send you out here alone. I knew how it would be to be yourself, to push the cost of what it is to be yourself, to leave you ultimately singing in the narrow places of your life and the wider spaces of your ever present. I will give you two things, said God, hope and her. Because sometimes, honey, it's just going to need a sister. Let's see. Let's do a love poem, I think. It's been a while since I did a love poem. Let's start down and go up. There were so many days to fill. Night rain stole the body heat you had managed to leave in my memory, my bed a lonely prison, pillows like broken glass and thorns to soothe my weeping. Small bursts of light strong enough to hurt my eye and remind me of that brilliant smile. So many days and nights to fill, hours as dusty as the thought of the last love of my life before your love missing you was destroying me. And so I began to bake. It was easy enough. I could still stay home, not dress, not answer calls, and feel somewhat fulfilled. The scent of your absence became sharp cinnamon and ginger. Vanilla soothing nerves torn to the point of pain. Nutmeg comforts, chocolate, silken brown white sugars because your leaving had been filled with rain. Ice shards that burned and drew blood with no softer scent riding its wings to heal me. I washed my hair, took showers in clouds of aloe and water lilies, jasmine rose steam cradled, caressed skin damaged by the most unmerciful elements, loss and heartbreak. Aloe, ginger, vanilla rich with sugars, jasmine, the scent of your absence became my protection against a world that became still because of you. Sunless, dust gray without you, the one who holds my heart between his fingers, the one who folds all that I am warm in the cup of his hand. Letters mean nothing. Phone calls less. Your voice, your body, your eyes, your perfect kiss is the music of my life. Your care, the gentle grace of my name on your lips that lingers, will linger. Sweet as clear light and air. Soft and bright as diamonds in wine, sweeter than every heartbeat your heart skips. For me, all these lie ready and blessed on the tip of my tongue, but the scent of your absence, all the gingers, jasmine, sharp cinnamon are now, will always be the last memory I can safely carry away. Now for the upside. My baby's walk is a sugar glide, proud like a panther, smooth and easy ride. Sugar glide and honey stroll, little girls giggle. Big girls pout the grands, bite their lip and shake their sore bones out when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. When my baby walks, oh, me. My baby's clothes fit like the sun fits the soft brown mountains when day is done. Pants and suit coats cut just so. And the brothers glare while their girls do stare. The grands moan loud and fluff their hair when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. My baby walks. Oh, me. My baby talks like a gospel shout that sweet talked a jazz riff, then turned it out. Baby talks like a sinner's prayer that took an angel unawares. Little girls make eyes. Big girls hang heads. And the grands say, butter me some of that bread when my baby walks. Oh, me, oh, me. When my baby walks, oh, me. My baby's smart and sweet and fine on my heart and in my mind. His smile, Lord, makes the sun shine. My knees do quake. My body aches. He ain't just my sugar. He's the whole damn cake. Love his touch and talk and smile. He's grit and grace and silk and style. And my baby walks straight to me. To me, my baby walks straight to me. Oh, me. Talks on aging graciously always make me smile because I got plans that will redefine getting old in style. Now, my joints may ache a little bit. Honey, that ain't no strain. I'll be stepping out and looking good with my high heels and my cane. At 60, I'll be hitting stride. Let me tell you what that means. Poetry and passion in Egypt, champagne and sex in the Argentines. Purple's supposed to give me power, make me a rebel, I guess. Well, I've been a goddess all my life. I don't hear such foolishness. I hate purple anyhow. I'll dress rainbow array. Scarlet, peach, beige, gold, and teal, whatever I feel that day. I figure in my 70s, I'll finally pick a man out of the 24 30-year-olds vying for my hand. Now, I'm not ruling out 20 or even 21, but training a brand new lover isn't really that much fun. Nothing's changed since 32. This diva's born to roam. And if he can't bring it hard, hot, and sweet, then he better take it home. I'll still sizzle at 80. That ain't no jive. Still rocking the mic at 85. 90, I'll switch lovers again according to my desire. Still speaking songs or talking trash and setting the world on fire. Absolutely no sign or intention of running out of gas. Little girls will weep and tear their hair because they're totally outclassed. 92, I might slow down a bit, but only for the day because I'm due to spend poetry all next week along the Champs-Élysées. From Europe to Asia to city from town, 95, and I'm still trekking, tearing it up and laying it down, strong men fainting when I beckon. And on my days off, you can watch if you want. I'll be swinging it down the lane with my 40-year-old boy toy on my high heels with my cane. Oh, goodness, I've been reading some of the older pieces. I'm going to read y'all some of the newer ones that will go into the book that, please God, will be finished by Thanksgiving. If I'm really lucky, it'll get finished on this little staycation I'm planning, but all you can do is, hope and pray. Sometimes that works and sometimes not so much. But these are, excuse me, these are two of the poems from the new book. Mi padre named me Rosa. He said it was so I would always be reminded of pretty things, flowers and light and love. That is very hard to do in this border camp where everything is despair and lost hope. Harsh light and broken families. Yo soy una flor, yo soy una niña. If I were a flower, I could ride in the band of my father's hat, the only one he ever owned. The brim was cracked with ragged edge, but the headband was strong, tempered with sun and sweat from the labors that made the money to bring us across. I wonder if he still has the hat, or if somebody took it away from him, threw it away, the way they took his daughter and threw her away. When I was young, I remember my mommy bending in to kiss my puppy, welcome home. I stood between, one hand wrapped around my mother's knee, one around my father's, a rose, growing strong and vibrant in the fragrance of their love for each other. I cannot feel that sun now, just the lights that shine constantly overhead. If I was a flower, I would be in his pocket, fragrant and close to his heartbeat, close to where he kept the money to make the coyotes not look at me and say evil things, lick their lips and say evil things. I don't have much English, but I know what they said was wrong. Made my father hold my hand tighter than he ever did when we walked at home, hold me closer, shielding me when they passed by to count how many souls they planned to release to the desert or deserted alleyways or dark, cold stretches of strange highways, not look at me like the guard here looks at me, that guard. He looks at me the way I remember the bad, drunken men looking at the bodies of women in the street, the soldiers looking at the bodies of women in the street. He looks at me that way. The older women, they tell me, stay away from him, pull me into chores or conversation when he is near, try and hide me away from his glances. But when he sees me in the halls or my room or on the playing field, he watches me. He looks at me like the soldiers, like the drunks and bad men watch the bodies of women in the street. Once he ran his hand over my hair and smiled and said, "Que linda chica, you're a pretty thing, ain't you?" The older women surrounded me, pulled me away, but they cannot always be close. And I am afraid. I am afraid because sometimes he comes for the older girls and they come back very quiet and very sad. And I can feel their fear. And sometimes they cry out when they sleep. They run and pull me away to lie down by my bed, but they do not sleep then. Their eyes are open to watch for me, to protect me, but they cannot stay awake forever. Poppy, he used to take me to count the stars, watch the cool earth with the moon singing, singing to me so that I would learn not to be afraid of the night. I am always afraid now. Roses stand strong against the wind. Call the rain. Sister, breathe free air. Yo no soy una flor. I am a little girl. Mi madre está muerta. Mi padre is out in the world without me. One day, una mariposa landed on the windows. A rose can talk to a butterfly, right? I asked her to please find my father so he can take me to where I can rest, breathe free air, feel the night, sing gentle with the moon. Sometimes I do not think I have another season. I may never see me puppy again. The butterfly may never deliver my message. Why should she? Butterflies only talk to flowers, and I am not a flower. I am just a little girl. On a floor. I am not a flower. Yo soy una niña. I am just a little girl. I am just a little girl. I have two more for y'all. You've been so sweet. Um, this next one is my current favorite, and it's from the new book. And then the very last one that you'll hear I have closed just about every show I've done for 35 years with the very last one. So, as I say, here's my current favorite. So, airport coming out of Tennessee. Excuse me, let me start that again. So, airport coming out of Tennessee. Sharp banging noises. Somebody yelled gunfire and the place shut down. Flights canceled, runway closed, TSA line stretched all the way to the back of the building, and the only people on the floor, Black and brown women, soothing, explaining, the only people on the floor, Black and brown women, taking care, solving problems, Black and brown women making sure that everyone is taken care of and okay. My show got Zoom bombed in August. Filthy racist screaming, filthy pornographic images, so I killed the cameras, apologized to the guests, put up a closed session, and did the show. Another day soothing and explaining. Another day taking care, solving problems. Another day being a strong Black woman. I had nightmares all week. Sick stomach, headaches, and nobody knew. Except for the one sister I had to call because I had work to do and couldn't fall apart. I had work to do and needed to protect my people. I had work to do. And strong Black women take care, soothe, protect, solve problems, right? Kamala Harris took over the nomination. People started breathing again, got hope again, felt like maybe we weren't going to die through errant Trumpidity. It's called Bitch, She Smiles. Gets called half-breed. She walks light and hopeful, gets the entire weight of the free world dumped at her feet, and is required to smile and laugh and be strong and protect and care, solve problems, be a strong Black woman doing what strong Black women do and looking good while we do it. Another sister on the floor holding hearts together because that's the job, right? That's what we were born and bred to do, right? Stay calm, keep it together, teach, soothe, hold up, hold out, hold it in until you can get somewhere private. And even then, don't take too long because somebody needs feeding or holding or help. Knowing that to be true, knowing that there is nothing to be gained in telling you that blinding, painful truth. Come closer. Let me ask you something. When do I get to lose my shit? Our mothers bade us stand straight so that we did not dirty our wings in the dust. Our fathers bade us stand up so that our crowns did not roll into the gutter. But the world let us, beat us, stole our children, made us responsible for holding up the damn sky all the damn time, then said, oh, by the way, we need just a little bit more, sister. You got a little bit more in you, don't you, sister? The least protected and most abused, the lowest paid while it's bulk of the workforce, the ones who create the movements that get buried in the dust of the rush to correctly frame the story. The world envies and imitates, craves our lips, our hips, the way we style our hair, our joy, our dancing, but when they are looking for ways to deny, to denigrate, to bring down, they come for us. How we fix our hair, Simone Biles. How we sing our laugh, Kamala Harris. How we fix our mouths to say whatever we need to say, me. And every other sister who keeps telling the truth. And then we are loud and extra and manly and wrong until the world comes running to us again to make it all right. I would like for just a day to be valued. I would like for just a day to have contributions recognized past what I do for other people. I would like for just one damned day to not hear the word resilient used to describe me. That's not a description. It's a dismissal and a death warrant all rolled into one. I would like for my sisters to stop believing and being told that our worth depends on what we do and who we are for our people. I want Black men to stop using us as an icon or an excuse. I want white women to stop using us as a crutch or repository or a vessel to constantly drink from, but never replenish. I want white men to stop thinking of us as exotic trophies, a revenge on their ancestors, or an aggravating source of the children that crowd your welfare rolls, ruin your schools, and raise your property taxes. And that day is gonna come, but but not right. Not next year, not in the next 20 years, because there's too much at stake. And the world hasn't learned to hold itself together yet. We can't jump ship, because believe me, we'll get everybody on the lifeboats and get left to drown. That's the job, right? Soothe, comfort, and protect everybody else first. And I want to stand on this mic and howl, cuss, scream, shake the whole earth with stories about where my heart and all the bodies are buried. But I can't, because I have little sisters coming up after me whose way will be blocked, banned, buried if I tell all the truth at this moment in time. So, all right, not tonight or tomorrow, or I don't know when, but I need to ask. America, Africa, every island, every continent, anywhere, there is a sister holding it down, holding on, crying in the dark, or having to hold herself so tight that her heart doesn't have room to break. My frustration, my life needs a calm, cleared, not defined by what other people need from, demand from me. Seriously, world, I am a Black woman trying to live through the burn of reality in this world, and I gotta know. I gotta know. When do I get to lose my shit? Okay. So the very, very last one said, I've been doing this poem for 35 years, a little bit longer, actually. This one is designed to be church. So feel free to open up your mics. Feel free to, amen, hallelujah, do whatever it is you feel like you need to do, because that's what this poem is designed to do. The usual question is why? What made you be a poet? I've heard about how death turned some people, jail time, bad fortune. I can't claim any of that. I am a poet because even at 5, you know when the Lord is talking to you. I am a poet because when I was 5, God laid his hand on me and said, here am I, now speak. So if you hear something in this poem you know and believe, say amen. If you hear something you don't know but want to believe, sing wow. And if you don't know and can't
Come on
believe, then
now.
tip your waiter and prove you tried to keep Trump the hell out of office so you have done something useful with your sorry self. I am a poet because love laid its light on my parents' marriage. They held each other's hearts like jewels, polished with 5 girls, money problems, fights, and good times, so that when my mother said no to the chemo, no to the surgery, no to the cancer, she died smiling in my father's arms.
That's right.
I am a poet because every 7 seconds a woman is raped, because every 2 minutes a child is molested, because every half hour somebody dies alone. And every hour on the hour, government commits genocide while big business pats itself on the back. Because I applaud innovation, but tradition is the fire at which my soul warms itself. I am a poet because my nephew's smiles hang the stars. I have friends and sisters whose personal job it is in life to mess with me all the time, because my baby misses me so bad when I'm away and loves me back home so sweet. I am a poet because using the language properly is like good sex. If you can't stroke it, kiss it, taste it, and then lay it down till it screams with every intended passion, keep your damn mouth shut.
Yeah.
I am a poet because of Aretha Franklin, Langston Hughes, Mahalia Maya, and Dylan Thomas, Mary Evans, Sonia Sanchez, Gato Barbieri, Nora Jones, Duke Ellington, Nikki Giovanni, and Shaka Khan. because of Alexander Dumas' Père et Fils, Raymond Chandler, Tina Marie, and Johann Sebastian Bach. I am a poet because when Smokey sang, "Let me be the clock for the time of your
Come on now.
life," every woman in the world said, "Tick tock, baby." I am a poet because when I was wrong, my parents did not medicate, therapy, or offer alternative behaviors. They smacked my hand, whipped my butt, and made me hold my head up to say, "I'm sorry." I am a poet because I am a Black woman in a white world whose prayers to the ancestors bring down fire from the sky that I kiss into the diamonds I want to hang in your ears. Because the words retard, sag, slut, nigga bitch are still accepted and recognized parts of conversation. I am a poet because Sacagawea got jacked up on the gold dollar. Cleopatra was a sister. And because rejecting European standards of beauty, I roll out every morning so damn fine that I am illegal in all 50 states and most of the US territories. I am a poet because I know God, because I know He laid His hand on me and said, "Here am I. Now speak." Thank y'all so much. You have been lovely.
Ooh, y'all better come off your
Shit.
mics. Come off your mics, cause yo, Miss Stacy, you did that. You did that. Oh my gosh. Y'all give her a hand, give her some love, throw some flowers, cause that was freaking phenomenal. If one of those did not touch you, something wrong. Y'all wasn't paying attention. Wow. 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 Amazing. Amazing. I loved every piece you did. That sisterhood piece that really spoke to me. And then you did that piece, was it the third to last piece? Um, I know you don't name your pieces, but that one right there. Ooh, yeah, yeah, that one was and it hit hard. So, oh yeah. But every piece you did was freaking phenomenal. The storytelling in you is what always has drawn me to you. Um, yeah. Anybody have anything they want to say right now? Because I would love to hear it. I would love to hear it.
Okay.
Like you,
Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Yes, Stacy, go ahead with your bad self.
Thank you, Lady Jane.
that last piece, I absolutely that one right there had me. I was ready to shout. I was ready to shout. Um,
That's what it was. That's what it was written for. No matter how hard I try, I cannot get away from being a former Sunday school teacher. It's in the blood.
ah, well, I absolutely love that one. It's my first time hearing that, as a matter of fact. But I love it. I love it. So I want to ask you a couple of more questions. And then if we have anybody who has not joined the open mic that is more settled now and would like to join the open mic, I would love to have you on the open mic. Um, because you spoke of some well-known historical poets and whatnot in this last piece. Um, when you consider the historical relevance of poets like Langston Hughes and Maya Angelou and some of the ones that you named, what do you feel is the role of young Black voices in poetry today?
The role it's always been. You acknowledge those voices and their lessons, but you go out and use your own and create your own. Um, Folks who spend their entire careers doing covers of other people's material, I'm
Mhm.
always waiting to hear, yeah, but what do you have to say? What do you think?
Right.
So for the younger voices, the new voices that are coming up, it's like, yeah, for sure, give homage, give that tip of the hat to the voices that came before you and the
Hmm.
voices that are still in play, but make sure that you're forging your own path at the same time.
Definitely. Definitely. And if you had to have a soundtrack for your poetry, what genre would it be, and what would some of the songs be on that soundtrack?
Nobody's ever asked me that before. Uh, Gosh, that's kind of difficult to answer because I listen to just about everything.
It can be different
Um,
genres. It can be different genres.
oh, it will be, believe me. Um, there would be a lot of gospel.
Okay.
There would be a lot of um early R&B because that's what I, grew up on.
Mhm,
There would be songs from there's one song that's always just kind of shaken me. It's an instrumental by a pianist named Keiko Matsui called
mhm,
Bridge Over the Stars. That is just it flows the way that people need to talk.
okay.
Um, there are songs like Light of the World and Stand By Me and Crystal Blue Persuasion, a bunch of songs from when rock was, halfway decent.
Mhm,
Um, I listened to a lot of that, so that would be in there. I fell madly in love with the Buena Vista Social Club and Ibrahim Farah. A lot, a lot of that sort of I think it was 1950s Cuban Cuban jazz would be mixed in there.
ooh, nice.
Yeah. Um, Definitely some bluegrass. Um,
Okay.
I'm a big fan of a lot of the older bluegrass singers
Mhm,
and that material. Um, there's a recording of If You Saw, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? There's a very, very short piece by the Blind Boys of Alabama that I've
okay.
also heard done. I'm sorry, I first heard it done by the Fairfield Four, but I've also heard it done by the Blind Boys of Alabama. Um, just that perfect harmony,
Mhm,
just you know, just put together by blood and guts and soul and the whole thing, things like that, just really, really call to me. Um, and then we got to mix in the voices of Jill Scott,
yes.
Aretha Franklin,
Okay.
Patti LaBelle,
Mhm,
Mahalia Jackson.
mm,
Um, and then we got to throw in the poets' voices too, because the line between poetry and music is artificial. So that means we got to throw in everybody from Nikki to Maya to Gwendolyn to Margaret to, the whole
yeah.
melange.
Look, I'm ready to buy this soundtrack now. I don't know what you're talking I love it. I absolutely love that. Um, I'm gonna ask one last question,
Okay.
and this is outside of poetry.
Mhm.
Um, being who you are and just the experiences in life. If you had one last message to send to our young Black girls and our young Black women, what would that message be?
Do it right and stay out of your own way. I really can't say anything stronger than that. I see so many of us, not just the young ones, who
Mhm,
never learned how to stay out of our own way. Like,
yeah.
how can I trip myself up? How can I make this worse for me? How can I make this harder? All that stuff, all those negative things, all those doubts. Stay out of your
Mhm,
own way. But the other thing is get it right. Don't half
mm,
step, don't fool around, don't mess around, get it right.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
some of that is for you, but some of that, a lot of that is for the ones who are coming up after you.
Yeah,
Because
because
if you
I
mess
definitely
up,
have been in my own way.
yeah, if you mess
Mhm.
up, then there's going to be more mess for them to clean up. And that's not really a burden that should be falling on anybody if you can help it.
I agree. Miss Stacy, this has been an absolute pleasure. I thank you for this opportunity to sit down with you. You are amazing. I can't say that enough. You are dynamic. Um, yeah, yeah. If you haven't gotten her books, get her books. Are they on Amazon? Where can they find those? The ones
Anywhere
that you
you can
already
buy
have.
a book,
Okay.
you can find them. Um,
Okay.
you can order, Amazon, Barnes and Noble, you know. You
Okay.
can, just you can I when they first came out, I had someone walk into her little independent bookstore in her little small town
Hmm.
and just order it from them. So yeah, you can literally order it from anywhere.
Okay.
And
So,
normally I would say you could order it for me too, but I don't have any in stock right now. So
okay. So definitely get her books. So go to Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, wherever they sell books. Go look for those books and be on the lookout for the new book that's going to be coming in November. Be on the
it's
lookout.
called Because the Sun Would Not Move.
Mm, because the sun will not move. So keep that in mind. Be on the lookout for that. Also, I want to say that if you would like to contribute to our flow here with the Tesoro women, please, you can donate. The information is in the chat. You can go through PayPal if you have PayPal. If not, let us know so that we can get your donation another way. But if you'd like to donate to the platform, it helps, with the Zooms, it helps with a number of different things that are going on with the Sorrow ladies. So we would appreciate that. And I thank y'all for being here. If anybody would like to share a poem, who hasn't shared a poem, we would like that. Or if you want to share another one, I like that as well. So is anybody here wanting to share a poem? If not, I'll share a poem and we'll get out of here. And Miss Stacy will close us out. Going once, going twice. Oh, y'all quiet today. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Now, see, I was waiting for Kim Mosby Summers, whom I've been hearing about for ages, but have never really, except I think for once, had a chance to hear. So,
Oh yeah, Miss Kim is phenomenal. Definitely phenomenal.
nope, no pressure, honey. But if you feel so inclined,
Okay. I'll try for this thing. Yeah, you threw a curveball at me. However, um,
If you stay ready, you never have to get ready. Ain't that what you always say, Miss Kim?
and if you got your phone with all your information on it, you'll be ready.
That part. I was gonna say Kim is it's like she's in her car minding her own business snacking. That's what it reminded me because I saw her snacking. I'm like, I'm not gonna dare ask her what is she eating. I'm gonna pretend she's in her car minding her own
Yeah, look,
business.
I saw that too, and I was smiling.
All right, let me print something right quick,
I
and
can
I'll
tell she's not in her car. So,
Look, go ahead. I'll find something, and by then you should be settled if you like
okay.
to share.
All right, I'll
Go.
share because I was called out, and yeah.
I love it. All right. Let's see here. Look, and I'm talking about other folks being ready. I ain't ready. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. This is a fairly new piece that I've been sharing, and so I'll share this one. Uh, since it's dealing with what we're dealing with right now. And let's see if I can get it off my iPad. Okay. All right. So I have labeled this state of separation. I refuse to pledge allegiance to a country that kidnaps lullabies, where bedtime stories get redacted and rewritten in ice cold languages, one nation under surveillance, divisible by borders with terror and cruelty for all who don't look presidential enough to stay. I saw a child crying as he was ripped from his mother's arms. Something in me cracked open, splitting my spine wide as pain made its exit in droplets. Her screams were horrid. They didn't need translation, didn't matter if she was wrapped in a habib or if her skin held Spanish the way prayers held smoke. When she was reaching for her child and the law said no, that was the sound of a nation failing, especially when she did nothing wrong but try to raise her kids in the great land of the so-called free. To that mother, I'm sorry. You carried them in a country who never saw you as a woman, only a womb and labor until it decided your love was no more than an immigration violation. This same country who tattooed pro-life across its Bible's belt will snatch a child from arms of loved ones with same hands it uses to pray. Then quote scripture in between deportation orders, baptizing grief in paperwork, then wash their hands like Putin's palette in a mega hat. This ain't about law. Law would have had compassion. Law would have had justice. This is a bureaucracy with a vendetta wearing badges for control, calling it processing. But what they mean is cleansing, not of water, not of spirit, but cleansing of culture, bloodlines not rooted in colonizer soil. They say, go back where you come from, forgetting we were here first. Some before their gods had flags. This is America, where grief gets alphabetized in case files and children disappear into a system with no return policy. This is the true state of separation, not just borders, but humanity pulled apart like limbs from a mother's reach. This is separation of justice, separation of dignity, separation from lies. This country was never great to begin with, especially if this is how it guards its gates. I speak not as a citizen, but as a mother. My passport don't make me any more worthy to rock a child to sleep. My zip code doesn't grant me more grace to kiss a scraped knee or calm nightmares. I birthed fear too, not from raids, but from knowing that this country could look at my son and my grandson and call them a threat before calling them a child. We were both fighting a system designed to see our children as problems before they see them as people. So I see you. I stand with you. Your grief is mine too. Your fire burns inside my rib cage. Your child's name ain't foreign to my soul. This is not about black or brown. If love was law, you'd be holding them right now, not crossing dozens of paperwork, not praying in cages, not watching the government erase your legacy one stamp at a time. This is our separation, and I refuse to make peace with it. I will not stay silent while this country puts crosses on and plays God with our babies. All right, all right.
That
And
was a
Miss
holy
Kim,
shit poem. Oh, yes.
thank you. Thank you, thank you.
All righty.
Yeah, with everything going on, yeah, I had to write that one. Are you
Yeah,
ready, Miss Kim?
I was just getting my breathing back, and now I have to try and do that all over again. Oh my goodness.
I'm
I
sorry.
I
You
don't.
have the floor, Miss Kim.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what I did to this camera, but it's not showing me anymore. I didn't do it on purpose.
It's okay.
Um, a lot of times, especially when there is, and to my understanding, it is a group of females in here, and I am in the process right now of putting together my annual event for the women, and I haven't done this in front of them in years. But I've often done it on Instagram or Clubhouse or whatever. And I always like to encourage my sisters, the females. That is what my ministry and part of my purpose is. And so For those that have heard this, listen again. And to the newcomers, here you go. This is Yet Still I Rise. Shattered, but I'm not broken. Wounded, but time will heal. Heavy thy load, the cross I bear. Lonely the road I trod, I dare. Life has beat you down, and you have been through a lot. But giving up at this time, an option that is not. Many mistakes you've made and wrong choices along the way. But those things, they lie behind you because today is a brand new day. Promiscuous, you've lived your life thinking love is what you'd find. But all you got was impregnated and again just left behind. Struggling to make ends meet to provide for you and your baby. While that man, he was out living large, enjoying his time with another lady. There are many a days where this task is extremely hard, but you must understand to continue and seek the Lord. See, sometimes even with God, your faith seems to diminish. But you have to press on and believe that you are in it to win it. See, it seems like you've been a target, like your heart is the bullseye. Sisters, you don't have to always be strong. See, it's okay to let go and cry. Now, let me explain something to you, and please listen and understand. See, God did not do this to you, but that lesson allowed, that may have been his plan. See, if you don't fall down, bump your head, or even break a leg, how would you really know that God could do just what he said? Sometimes I'm troubled, but not in despair. Struggling, I make my way through. Trials, they come to make me strong. I must endure. I must hold on to you, my sister or my daughter. You don't have to keep feeling the shame for what someone else has done to you. See, it's time to cancel out that blame. See, what others see in you, especially when they count you out, that really doesn't matter because God knows what you're really about. See, this journey you're on, you may say, Lord, why me? Lord, please give unto me a life just a little bit easy. But please understand that our Father, he really does care. And he won't put more on you than he knows that you can bear. Yet still I rise, never to give up. No, never to give it against all odds. Yet still I rise high above the clouds. At times I feel low, yet still I rise. Keep pushing and praying, even when times feel rough.
Because under that soft skin is a godly spirit that is tough. You may not see it right now, but you have to believe it. And the more that you speak it, eventually you will receive it. Walk by faith and not by sight. Don't focus on what's around you because getting sidetracked, that's what the enemy wants you to do. Remember to stay on track and continue to seek the Lord. Because God said in his word that in the morning we shall have joy, but you have to hang in there and you'll have trials. Now, that's for sure. But this race, it wasn't given to the swift or to the strong, but to the one that endures. So stand up, be bold and brave, and keep your eye on the prize and simply repeat after me. Yet still I rise.
Ooh, come on. Come on. Yes, 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 indeed. That was so uplifting. It was so fulfilling. Yeah, yeah, I needed that. I needed that. Thank you, Miss Kim. You know I love me some you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. A part of me kind of wanted to do that, but I wasn't going to. So, and then I was called out. So I already knew what I was going to do. So thank you guys.
Aw.
Much.
See, it was just meant to be. It was meant to be. Oh, all right. Did we have anybody else? Did we have anybody else? Miss Jane, did you want to jump in? It's quiet over
Thank you,
there.
but no, I've been working all day. I am
Okay.
absolutely blasted.
All right. No problem. I just want to make sure. All right. Well, Miss Stacy, are you ready to close us out, my love?
I do believe so. First of all, thank you all for being here. Angel Kim, honey, thank you so much. You did an excellent job.
Thank you.
We want to give a quick shout out to the lady who usually hosts this, Nikki Sparks.
Yes,
Y'all send up some prayers. She's been taking care of her mom, so some of us
definitely
know
want to
how
send
that
up some love
goes.
and prayers. Yes, indeed.
And for because this is, got all ladies in here, keep your eyes out for our Woman Heart events. Those are all women, including the audience. It's the only one that we don't tape. So y'all, come in, let your back hair down, go on and testify. It's that kind of party. And that will be hosted by our Tesoro, Kimberly Anderson out of South Africa. Feature on that one will be the poet Rose Gold. If you have not heard the poet Rose Gold, you need to know. So
Phenomenal.
I said,
Phenomenal.
keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. So let me give you one to send you home. Again, thank y'all so much. I appreciate your time. Do not let the aliens come disguised as Black women. Because if TV is all they've studied, then they be dragging fake nail, fake hairs, and loud yes, queens interruptions in normal or polite conversations, or just be loud and ignorant for no good reason. If we need to be that way, we always have a good reason. They will say they've studied history and x-ray so they know what we are composed of, but you can't x-ray pain or burden. There is not enough history to tell the truth of how we've been daily betrayed by a country we helped build, still maintain, and are tasked with saving on the regular. Don't let them come in as Black women. They won't know where the finger snaps go, right? Where the laughing and heartache go, right? Where the laughs fit, right? Where the burden of learning to be, to know, to take care of go, right? Let them come back as something innocuous or innocent. We are neither of those. Let them come back non-threat and unprepared. We are neither of those. Let them come ready to marvel and wanna and fear not just a little. The only folks on the planet who truly understand what surviving on this planet really means.
Yes, let's go. Well, thank you for reminding me again, Angel Kim. Girl,
You're welcome.
you a
Uh,
sweetheart. I don't know where you get all this energy. You all over the place. It's like you got yourself cloned or need to be cloned.
I
I'm
need a
telling
clone or
you.
two. I need a clone or
You
two.
you really, really,
We
really,
we
really
all need
do.
a
Did I
clone.
say really, really? Really, really. You everywhere. Everywhere. We're gonna get you a cake. Dun, dun, dun,
Okay.
dun.
Oh, you said a
Get
cake.
her,
I thought you
Erica,
said
A
a
not
cake.
just
cake.
I got
one.
a
We got to get her two or three
CAPE.
because you know she's gonna wear them out.
I'm like, my God, where she get all this? Why? She's just everywhere. Where did she sleep? Where did she rest?
in between dreams.
Jesus.
Listen, I thank you all. I thank you all. I thank you all. We have some amazing curators in this space. Suave is doing an open mic on TikTok, so make sure you tap in with Suave. It's every fourth Saturday of the month. Um, Suave's artist this month will be Artie Fox. We have the beautiful Miss Kim, who hosts Them Dope Poets every Tuesday on Instagram Live. That's at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. And Suave, I forgot. I'm not gonna tell no tales. I think yours is at 7 as well. I forgot. Correct me, because it's been a minute. But yes, definitely tap in with the both of them. Tap in with Miss Lady. Oh, wait, back up. Miss Kim also has a cruise that she is curating a space for all of us to get together and meet up on. The deadline for the deposit, which is $25 right now, is Friday. So if you would like to be a part of that and want more information on that, tap in with Miss Kim on Instagram, so that you can see the flyers. I know it's in my stories as well. Um, but yes, it's going to be a fabulous cruise. Tap in with Miss Lady, myself. We have a space on Clubhouse along with Devlin that we have writers, poets come through to finish incomplete pieces called Missing Link. She also has a single dropping on September the 19th, Black Whole Woman. Yeah. So definitely tap in with her. It's going to be amazing. Miss Jane has a space that she does as well on Zoom with the word jam session. Amazing, amazing sets uh, where she has poets come in and they spit back to back to back to back. And it is just feeding off of one another. The energy is always amazing. Um, so yeah, definitely tap in with everybody, y'all. Definitely. So we can all stay in touch. Miss Erica's is gonna be on Poppy's Poetry Corner with us. Um, look, I'm putting it out there. She ain't confirmed yet.
I just don't know what date, but you know what? I love you for making me feel like I'm doing something. Because I'm like, I'm listening to all these ladies hosting this, doing that, sponsoring this, curating that. And I'm like, well, damn, I'm in the wrong space. I don't got nothing going on. And here
Oh,
you
you
go,
always got something
including
going
me.
on.
So I feel so special. So
Listen,
thank you.
you're
Yeah.
welcome. Listen, I'm just waiting for you to confirm some dates for me. I'll get with you. But yes, that is every Wednesday night. This month we're doing King's Month, uh, in lieu of Men's Mental Health Month. And last night was absolutely amazing. So definitely check that replay out. It is on YouTube. And this will be on YouTube as well with Miss Stacy. So if y'all miss something, you can rewind and share it to people who need to hear it because she definitely had something to say. All right, y'all. We gonna get up out of here. Peace, love, and hair grease. And just know that y'all are important. Y'all matter. Y'all are loved. And you are beautiful. Just who you are. Stand in your power, stand in your light. And we out of here. Y'all have a good night.